Cool TV, and you can catch us on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, and all your top social media platforms. Yep, this is another Friday night. You know what it is. We're going to groove to the sounds of Black Gold by Esperanza Spalding. As you can see, I got a few guests in here. One of my co-hosts filling in, Miss Henrietta Ivy.
Good evening, Detroit.
And then over here, we have Miss Leandra King from Detroit Farm and Cider. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you all to her because she's going to be doing some big things. Say hi to the crowd for
Hello.
us. So, this what we do. This another quarantine, and I'm about to just get into it. This is, it's another one of those nights. Another one of those days where I feel like, well, if we didn't have the president that we have, a lot of things would be different.
Absolutely.
Here it is. We have lost, I'm going to say, one of the greats in Detroit history. The chief of police, the sheriff of Wayne County, former mayoral candidate. I ain't going to go there with that one, but I'm going to leave it alone. But former mayoral candidate, Benny Napoleon. And how did we lose him? To the COVID-19, the coronavirus. I'm gonna say, y'all know me. I'm gonna throw it out there, the Trump virus.
Trump virus.
Since he goes around and call it the China virus, I'm gonna throw it back at him and call it the Trump virus.
That's right.
It's a damn shame.
Yeah, it is.
You got any thoughts on that?
Benny Napoleon was a Detroit son.
Yes, ma'am.
He fought a good fight. And matter of fact, Michael Van Tool and myself did an interview with him a day before he went into the hospital and was told he had COVID. So we did like an interview the day before. He called in, of course, and that was the last interview we had with him before he ended up going into the hospital.
Wow.
So losing him like that is like, oh my God. You just never know with this virus. We have so many great people falling from it, like you said, Dre, and I just want people to take it serious. Like this virus is killing people, and there are people who's coming out there putting their lives on the line and doing what they're supposed to do up against people who are not doing what they're supposed to do. So it just makes it even more heartfelt to know that someone like Benny Napoleon did everything he was supposed to do and still succumb to this virus. So my condolences to his family.
That goes, with being a active person, I would say, out in the community all the time.
Yeah.
But not only did we lose Benny Napoleon, we also lost Jewel Ware.
Yeah.
And and I'm gonna just go into it. I stay in that district. Mm-hmm. And when she passed, and I'm gonna just put it out there, I had a few people call me with a certain conversation that I just wasn't, really comfortable with, because morally, that's just who I am. I don't want to talk about certain things while somebody's body is still warm. They're not even
in the ground yet.
Cold yet.
Mm-hmm.
Certain conversations I don't want to have because out of respect for the dead and who that person was.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about this next week.
Okay.
So here I am, Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Want to be politically correct. Sure enough, I read a news article that people have already lined up for this seat and are pretty much ready to start some controversy over it. What the hell are we doing?
Hey.
Have we come to a point to where we that hungry for power? You can't even respect the position, respect the person, respect the human, respect the blood, respect the legacy, respect the history. Here it is. I ran against this woman. She just ran this time unopposed.
Yeah.
Where all these people just come from?
Wow.
You line it up now, but you didn't have the gumption to be a competitor.
Right.
You didn't have the balls
Pop-up politicians.
to actually do a campaign.
Pop-up politicians. That's what they are. They had a whole campaign to run against her, but they didn't. So you wait to some, and unfortunately, she passes away, and all of a sudden, all these people are lined up. Like you said, where were you doing, doing the actual election?
But you know what? It also just made me realize 2021 is another election year.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's a city election year. Yes. So certain people are looking for certain things from certain people. And it boils down to what? What I call bullshit politics. That's just me. That's just how I am. I got a caller on the phone. Hello, caller. Who this is?
Hello, everyone. This is Rosalind Osborne. I am calling in from Georgia.
What's up, Roz? Everybody, y'all know Roz is down in Georgia for a little bit, handling this business, trying to make sure that
making it happen.
Joe Biden get a little bit of power in this Senate race. That's what's going on down there?
Yes. I call it hashtag saving democracy, y'all. That's the hashtag. Yes. Saving democracy.
So proud of you and happy.
In Georgia with the National Urban League. I'm a state organizer, making sure we get people out to vote. So my counties are Cobb, Douglas, and Paulding. And I'm not sure if everyone has been staying updated to the news that Cobb County is actually the county that is under attack, right? Mm-hmm. So they had 11 early voting precincts available, but they took 5 of them. So there are only 6 early voting precinct sites available in this area. And, they have to be black areas, right?
Right.
Our focus is to make sure that every area gets touched. We're calling, we're texting, and we're planning a canvas this weekend and next weekend. And also this Monday, we're doing a turkey drive at the Riverside Epic Center. And which I said that is in Cobb County, which is an area, like I say, that has the most, what we say, lowest intensity voting area. Mm-hmm. So what we conclude right now is organizers. There is a temperature across the country to make sure that certain people don't get information that needs to be, disseminated to them. And I feel right now it is really crucial that we all keep the same messages. We need leadership that is trying to keep us surviving and making sure we get the resources we need.
Absolutely.
And so, bottom line, to flip Georgia, turn it blue, and make sure our residents survive through COVID-19. And so, this is a bipartisan campaign. For everybody that would like to join in, you can just either hit me on Facebook. I'm constantly trying to make streaming information readily available. But then also, if you know anybody that lives in Georgia, just give them a call and say, get out and vote and get your voices heard. So absolutely. I appreciate you, Dre. And hey, Henrietta, tapping in for the day. We appreciate you having on that, and I love that hairstyle. Yes.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm so proud of you. I've been posting all your stuff up, and I have family down in Atlanta, Georgia. So I just been, tapping in with them, letting them know that you guys are down there, trying to, get the people out to vote, and have them spread the word to anybody in those counties that you mentioned. So yes, I'm very proud and happy to see you down there. I wish I could have been with you, but they got a soldier down there. They got you down there. So it's all good.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. And then I want to just do a shout out for the youth. Not sure if everybody saw actually today, so this morning, but the conversation for our youth. Georgia youth has turned out phenomenally. So I just want to make sure that we hear that thunderclap through the country, that the age range from 18 to 30 is coming out like never before.
Awesome.
So I just want to give it out because I know is constantly focused on the millennials and that young audience, but they're coming out and they're getting their voice heard. So I hope that ripples through Detroit for our 2021 election, that we know this is all about our future. But
right.
It's so imperative that our youth get out, tell us what they want, and tell us how they feel, so we actually can have leadership that's in line with our self-interest.
So maybe we need to figure out.
To you. And I appreciate you guys. And like I said, I'm on the line just to tap in with you. But get out and vote. And Georgia runoff. And for those, just to throw this out here for not aware of the time frame, our early voting started December 14th. It goes all the way to December 31st. And actual election date is on January 5th.
Hey, so how many people stay in Atlanta?
Thank you for that love.
How many people stay down in that county you in?
That is a good question. For my county, Let's see. I'm looking at some stuff right now. I'm not sure totally what is the full population,
Mm-hmm.
but I actually can tell you in my Cobb County how many registered voters there are.
Well,
I actually have 550,105 registered voters, right? And
Wow.
as of today, we've had 85,760
Beautiful.
voters come out and vote. So I'm not
Beautiful.
sure of our population,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I got at least almost a half a meal out. So we
That's
need you out to
awesome.
vote.
That's awesome.
okay, so when you get back, I want to talk to you about something, but I definitely thank you for calling in, and
Yes.
we're gonna rap about this whole bipartisan effort offline, cause I need to know what bipartisan looks like when some of these
Yes,
Trumpikins.
bipartisan in both parties,
No,
and
I
we
know
work
what it
across the
is,
aisle.
but yeah, okay. But I love you, and
Love you, darling.
talk to you soon.
All right, thank you guys. Had to get touch base with Detroit and our Michigan love.
All
Y'all
right
keep
now.
up
Right.
the good work, and everybody tune into the quarantine.
Guess
Yeah.
right.
Hey, send them up here through Atlanta. You down there? All
All
right now.
right,
Alrighty.
all right.
Everybody, that was our other co-host, Miss Rosalind Osborne, again down in Atlanta. They're doing some
Doing the
good
big
hot
things.
work.
Yes.
So, with that being said, we gonna focus on Detroit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna tell you what's new here. If you don't know, you're gonna find out. Miss Leandria King, how you doing?
Pretty good.
So, what is it that you own in the city of Detroit?
I own Detroit Farm and Cider. We're on the west side of Detroit,
Okay.
between Woodrow Wilson and Rosa Parks.
Ladies and gentlemen, did y'all hear that? Detroit Farm and Cider. That's in Detroit.
In Detroit.
There ain't nobody just said Detroit in the Southfield.
We said.
Ain't nobody said Detroit is Frankenmuth or Troy or whatever it is that it be. Metro Detroit or none of that. She said Woodrow Wilson and what again?
1600 Lawrence between Woodrow Wilson and Rosa Parks.
Bruh, that's Detroit.
That's Detroit.
That's by Central.
Yes.
That's around that way.
Yes, it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't get choked, I ain't gonna cuss you out tonight. I'm gonna find out from her if y'all show up. But if you don't show up, we gonna have a problem. So what made you start that in the city of Detroit?
So it was initially a farm.
Mhm.
And we, before I was farming, I was working with my nonprofit and doing seed giveaways and neighborhood cleanups.
Okay.
And before that, I was a homesteader.
Mm.
So, I mean, essentially, my utilities became too much for me to afford, and I swapped out my DTE account for a solar array, and purchased a vacant lot adjacent to my house through the side lot program, and started a community garden. And
Wow.
swapped out my furnace for a wood stove,
Okay.
and I was homeschooling my kids. So started off very modest and organically grew from there into something else each year, it seemed. Yeah.
How long you been doing to start this process?
2015.
Really?
Oh, nice.
So it's really not that long.
Yeah, five
No.
years, almost 5 years, if not 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you originally from Detroit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Where'd you go to school at?
So I was in the system, the juvenile system.
Oh,
So
okay.
I went to school in juvenile homes and group homes and foster care homes.
Well, I'm going to say congratulations to you. Hearing that
Man.
back end story, you turned it around. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Congratulations to your efforts, and you have proven, even though you have gone through the system, that you can still come out and become very productive.
Right.
So congratulations on
Thank
that.
you. Appreciate that.
I just want to say something. For everybody's listening that just heard what she said, that is so quick to say that somebody can't change it around. You got two living proofs right here. You just heard her testimony. So for anybody out there to continue from this day forward to say what millennials can't do and younger because of this, because of that, I would give you a couple of pieces of sign language right now. But her words just said it for me. But I ain't gonna go there. So what all do you have there?
So yearly we do our CSA. Last year we participated with another CSA that was a cooperative. This in next year we will. I meant to say this year. Sorry, next year we will have our own CSA. And we have
now for the people out there, what's CSA?
Community supporting agriculture. So essentially, you could purchase a weekly produce box of organic fruits and vegetables, and which we grow. We have 139 fruit trees. Although I'm meeting with my project managers, and Marty Peoples is my awesome project manager. I wanted to give her a shout out because I keep forgetting to do so. And but yeah, we're discussing a farm to table restaurant that is accessible, similar to a You Buy We Fry.
Oh.
Now that sounds crazy when you think of organic farm. The idea is that people can come and purchase their produce.
Okay.
And we have an aquaponics system, so we have bluegill and catfish. We also have connections to other local organic farmers who have organic free-range meat. And the idea is to be able to purchase this food, the uncooked, the fish, the meat, the chicken, the beef, whatever it is, in a meal setup, and be able to pay a fee and have it cooked. So you're getting organic food, or produce, and fish and chicken and beef. The reason for this is because even coming from where I came from, growing up on food stamps, seeing most of my family on food stamps, at least one side of my family. One of the common things that most people do when they get their EBT card every month is they go to the You Buy We Fry, or they're going to the gas stations, or they're going. So there's a niche there, but they're not getting healthy food, and so the idea is to eliminate that, and in the process of doing that, providing them with a 5-star restaurant experience at an affordable price.
I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching The Quarantine on WJZZ Cool TV, live on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, and all top social media platforms. And you can please call in at 313-355-6018. I'm hungry as hell all of a sudden.
I love the idea. Like, okay, do you guys deliver? I mean, what's the process? How do someone like myself who want to participate or support it, but I don't live in your area, but I still would love to have that food box.
Right. So we're toggling between a food box and this restaurant idea. With the restaurant, it would essentially be a Mongolian style grill.
Wow.
So you can walk in with you first before you go into the greenhouse, which has the aquaponics system in it. You're entering into a storefront where you could purchase these items raw, like you would at a You Buy We Fry. And then you would pay the fee to get it cooked up. You would go inside the greenhouse and you would sit at a long bar right in front of the aquaponics system that has a waterfall, and a chef would be able to prepare it right in front of you, using these fresh greens or organic produce that is right behind them on the aquaponics system.
Right.
Yeah, so
that is amazing.
Yeah, so that's the idea, and as of now, I'm working my butt off to allocate funding for this, and
that is amazing. That is new to Detroit, and I see that the vision of that is actually going to grow with the new Detroit, with people come into the city, but people who's been in the city, who's been wanting these type of things, actually are not started to manifest. So I do see this growing and being very successful. Again, my mom and them still in the area, so I can always come through there and just grab a good healthy meal and watch you guys cook it from your own.
Yeah, and this would provide us with income throughout the winter months, whereas the meal portion would be shut down. We could still, have that source of income, and we could still reach out to the community through this venue.
And this kind of leads me to our next conversation, Taste Fest. I am losing my mind knowing that we haven't had a real Taste Fest in the city of Detroit for quite some time now.
Didn't they move it to, because I know it used to be on the boulevard, so they moved that. From where did they move it to?
I believe that's what you call Arts, Beats, and Eats or something like that now. I mean, I could be wrong, but at the end of the day, it ain't in Detroit.
That's true.
And I brought it up again at the Detroit Entertainment Commission meeting. Yes, we have a Detroit Entertainment Commission.
Yes.
And they meet every third Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get involved, get at me, dog. And I point you to the right way. Because Detroit is Motown. Entertainment. Ding ding. Duh. Listen up. All right. But I understand with the pandemic going on right now, it may be hard to do, but I still, by next summer, late, early fall, something, feel like we might be able to do something on some kind. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me dreaming big into next year and hoping that whoever go ahead and get this vaccine, if you gonna grow donkey tails, y'all go ahead and grow them and get it out the way first, and whoever else want it, get it, or whatever's gonna happen. I just wish that we weren't in this situation where we can't do nothing.
Right.
But with that being said, what does a Taste Fest look like to you post coronavirus?
Well, I have 4 acres, so plus 2.5 more acres, not far from the farm, and yeah. So if something can be arranged and I can host a space, I would love nothing more than to do that.
Because I'm trying to figure it out, because with our Taste Fest, you had all the food everywhere, but then you had stages of music and stuff. So I mean,
right in that little spot of Grand Boulevard, like it stretched from the freeway down to maybe I think tip of Woodward, and all that entertainment and food, and it drew in thousands of people a day. Right. So can we imagine what you can do with acres?
Right. So one of the things I love, and not to boast about my own stuff,
but
one of the things I love about my property is that in the spring and the summer months, it's a paradise. And what makes it a unique paradise is that it is completely secluded. So once you enter through that tiny entrance, you're in 4 acres of seclusion. So you can't see the houses surrounding. You can't see the street. You're surrounded by trees in one big wide open space, and greenhouses and horses and chickens and goats and stuff. So it feels like you're not in Detroit. It feels like you're in a rural area, which is awesome, and it's its own oasis.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it would be a beautiful place to have the Taste Fest.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, I am hungry as hell. She said chickens and goats, and I don't want your horse. I ain't never had horse meat. I hope that ain't what they said years ago. Horse meat was in rallies. I mean, I don't know how true that is.
Don't let my kids hear you talking about the goat stuff.
Hey, look, I take them.
We will have goat cheese and goat milk, though.
Goat cheese is really good.
Oh,
it is.
Let me tell you something.
Good.
Oh, man.
I was at the African Fest
delicious.
one year and was introduced to goat meat, and I said, wait a minute. This can't be no damn bad. This ain't no goat, dog. This can't be no goat tasting
sweet.
like. And it was, but
that goat curry.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, you know my phrase for now. I am hungry as hell. I just, as a Detroiter, as a person in Detroit that loves Detroit, I understand we going through our thing and issues, I'm sorry. I hate that we can't get along. We have our own issues. Beyond Donald Trump. Yeah. We have really our own issues. But man, to know that we have black owned, woman owned, Detroit Farm and Cider in Detroit, in the hood. It ain't downtown.
Right. It's accessible to the community. Like
y'all can catch a bus here.
100%.
Buses are free right now.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of the virus.
I should know that.
They you can't really charge because you don't know who dirty hands and
so they let you get on for free.
And then it's still a limited number. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, they still
But
live in
even
the
at that, are you all open right now?
So we are closed this weekend.
Okay.
To prepare for our Kwanzaa, our big, huge, phenomenal Kwanzaa event.
Oh, okay.
And that will be on the 26th. And the reason why we are closed because I am a stickler for working hard. I want to make sure that this is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And accessible to everybody. So that's what I've been working day and night to. Me and my team have been working day and night to achieve.
So what is your setup? Because we know that this is a COVID era,
right?
And you have all this beautiful land and all these wonderful activities that's going to be happening on these premises. What is your protocol for COVID-19?
So we've spoken with the health department, and our greenhouses constitute as outdoor space because they have the two constitute as outdoor space. You have to have at least 3 open sides. We have 4 on our greenhouse. And so it's heated, and like I keep telling everybody, if any of these companies want to donate a commercial heater to help with this event, then that would be awesome. And all donations prior to the event are more than welcome because we need all the help we can get.
Let me tell you something. Mr. Gilbert, Danny Gilbert, she needs something. She needs something. Illich family.
There it is.
Yeah.
City of Detroit, get these block grants going.
Yeah, because at this point, not to be sound whatever, but I'm coming out of pocket for everything.
I'm gonna put on some of y'all dope dealers in that hood.
Okay.
She needs something.
Yeah.
And no, she ain't paying it back. You donating it.
Drop the envelopes.
We have a nonprofit too.
Yeah.
So my nonprofit is Finding Our Roots. We're 501c3.
Awesome.
And if anybody wants to donate, you'll definitely get a donation receipt. Yep.
Okay.
For tax purposes, and we decorating we're gonna be decorating tomorrow, and if anybody wants to come out tomorrow to the farm to help us decorate or bring decorations, African geared donation or decorations, then they're more than welcome to.
Do you have your like a card with you that I can have before we leave, or I'll get your information then?
Yeah, I have to order some more.
That's okay, I understand.
Out of pocket expenses, man.
I understand.
That's the life of being busy.
That's
and
right.
if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. We gonna give a hand clap for Miss King up around here,
Yeah.
cause we got a side of it. You got them donuts too?
So everything was sourced this year from Miller's, but next year, it's gonna be really good because we don't treat our trees with any pesticides. Ooh. And so I don't know if you've ever had organic cider.
No.
You could taste the difference. It's so much.
Oh my God, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, if you need a guinea pig, I'm on this road to trying to gain my football muscles and stuff back. So
maybe you could do some volunteer work on the farm and you can get some muscles.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it because
that's work.
I'm
you
with
get
it.
Some muscles and
matter of fact, all y'all people out there.
That's right.
I wonder is there any way you would do some kind of community service for people?
Right.
So
sign up with a program like that.
We've got a lot of youth out there that's into the agricultural, and they can be
as of now. People pretty much just come, but it's my passion to reach youth.
Not even just that. I'm looking at some of these people that can't seem to get the judges out there here, and they on the side of the road picking up stuff. Instead of taking them out there to clean up something the city and the state should be doing anyway. They can be doing that.
And it's fun. It's fun work.
Right.
I think, and I work hours on end, and I'm exhausted at the end of the day, but it's worth it because it's fun. You know what I mean? We have bonfires.
Sounds like it. Oh my God.
Yeah. So if you do what you love, you don't work a day.
That's right.
Don't none of you politicians just steal what I just said. I know how you work. You look for people like to think for you. And if you decide to jump on that, I know where it came from. And we gonna protest outside your house. I'm just playing. I ain't gonna protest outside nobody's house.
Right.
But I'm so glad that we are having this conversation because again, this again leads us to the next conversation. Goals of 2021. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get on something she didn't want to talk about, but I have to because it's too important. This fucking vaccine.
Ooh, let's talk about it.
Man, look, I'm sorry. I don't think Mike Pence took that vaccine this morning.
I don't think it was a real
because the way they shoved that in him and snatched the rip, I think they just gave him some saline water. But that's just me being a goofball.
I said the same thing, Dre. I said that's got to be a placebo, just the way they did it. And what bothers me is the CEO of Pfizer still. Did he take it yet? Because the last I read.
Who's the CEO of Pfizer? Wait a minute. The own company hasn't taken their own stuff yet?
I had it in my notes. His reasoning for not taking the virus was because he didn't want to cut in line. I don't want to take something away from someone else that could use it. So my thing is,
didn't you make it? You could have had it off top.
You're the product of your product. So you're gonna tell us, oh, well, I'm gonna let y'all.
He didn't want to
it.
get high off his own supply.
Well, that bothers me in itself. So when we got people, that right there, it gives me pause. You are the founder. You are the creator. These are all your scientists, and you're telling the American people, "Oh no, I'm not going to take it yet because I don't want to cut in line." Okay, feed me piss and then tell me it's lemonade and think I won't know the difference because I will. That is that's short of saying something's wrong and you're not sure about it, but somehow y'all got it pushed through.
Right.
And that's not cool because you got nurses who got on national TV and fell out after taking the virus. That bothered me.
Right.
So all of that is what gives us pause. Instead, you want to still push it in communities of black and brown people. And people are falling out. You got people not taking it. You got people pretending they taking it. So what's really going on with this vaccine?
I'm going to do this real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, again, you are watching Quarantine on WJZZ Cool TV, and you can catch us live on on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and all top social media platforms. Of course, you can catch us on WJZZ. I just said that. But anyway, we got a vaccine for a killer virus in a few months. But we still raising money for AIDS, cancer, dementia, Alzheimer's, wars. I'm confused. But then I'm not confused because it almost shows me some of these things are just a form of population control. You can't have all these damn people getting cured. Somebody gotta die. But then it also brings me to the point of people hollering pro-life on a female and telling her what she should do with her body. But then after that life gets here, you stop giving a damn.
Right.
It's okay for you to be pregnant and have this baby. But once you get here, you better not ask for shit.
Right.
You better not need nothing. Your lights better not go off. You better not get hungry. You better not need a roof. Because then that pro-life go out the window.
Right.
Because you got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps.
And here it is. I don't have a problem with being able to be in the position to take care of what I birthed. But what I do have a problem is you're stopping me. You're giving me all these hurdles to jump over to take care of my seed when you're not doing it with your own. So you're telling me I got to feed them, I got to clothe them, I got to shelter them, I got to make sure that they have everything they need. I don't have a problem with that. Grant that. But if I have a problem with if I go to school and get a degree and you telling me you're not going to hire me, or if I go get a job from you, you don't want to pay me. You want to work me like a slave and you want to pay me like a slave, but yet you're telling me, make sure you're able to fend for yourself.
She said like a slave.
And
she
so,
ain't black.
And so those are the things. That's what when we got all these people talking in this political era of things about be able to do for yourself. We're tired of taking care of the poor. The poor is tired of getting you rich. Let's be clear. If it wasn't for the backs of people working and busting their asses to make your companies billion-dollar companies and buying your products and making you billionaires, you wouldn't have it either. You'd be where we are. So have the same respect and that energy. So again, yes, I have no problem. I'm quite sure anybody who has children have no problem with taking care of their seed. I would say most. But then if you're not going to give me the opportunity, that's like, you're covering the board, but you're not giving me the pieces that I need to move around. So yeah, right. Don't tell me, you all for pro-life, but then when I give birth, you want to, do something different. So yeah.
And I mean, I hate that I had to jump into that, but it only makes common sense. Yeah. When it comes to vaccines and all this stuff. Here it is. This thing got here. Look, and I'm gonna talk about my auntie later at the end of this, but I don't know when this thing got here. Well, something occurred in my family last year, and I'm still trying to figure out and pick up the pieces from. Then I got sick. Then I got other people sick. It's a lot of people I knew that got sick and didn't know what the hell they had because they knew it wasn't the flu.
Right.
And they wasn't feeling right. I knew for a fact whatever it was I had, I was crawling around looking up at the sky some nights like, bruh,
He's like, I ain't ready.
I'm like, I'm in denial. This ain't it.
Right.
What did I do?
Right.
How did I get here?
Right.
I changed my life.
Right.
I ain't tried to shoot. Anyway, but yeah, it threw me off. Yeah. But then to find out that this thing had been here for quite some time, and the president of the United States of America knew about it.
Herd immunity.
I'm not going there.
That right there by itself tells you that was a deliberate act of terrorism on the people of this country. He knew, for some reason, like you used the word earlier, population control. We got to consider all these conspiracy theories when we look at what's really going on out here.
Right.
Because some of these theories happen to be proven that it's true, that what we said then is that kind of manifesting now. What is it about this virus? How did it get in everybody get hit by it and only certain populations die from it?
Has anybody looked at the back of some of these cleaner bottles?
Oh yeah.
It say something about coronavirus on them?
Yeah. Long time ago they talked about coronavirus.
So,
I didn't even know what a coronavirus was like. What is that?
I'm not even no conspiracy theorist or nothing like that, but
it's been out here. The virus apparently
I'm
been
gonna
out
look
here.
in this camera and I'm going over here. Something ain't right.
Questions need to be asked.
But we know that. Who the hell do you trust in the Congress or Senate to ask it? And with that being said, I'm gonna leave that alone because I'm Goals of 2021.
2021.
Once we're comfortable, what do you see doing big in 2021? How do you see things moving forward?
I first have to get past the idea that all the things I've already sowed and seeded into are manifesting, and I want to continue to see them grow. I have been, I have Black Women in Home Care. I have Detroit Outreach on Voting Education and Engagement. I have IPS LLC. I have my radio stage show that I'm going to hopefully be able to roll over to WJZZ. So there's a lot of great things. I have finished my bachelor's degree. So I see all these goals that I have already, seeded. I'm just wondering what's going to happen next with our leadership in this country. Will we be able to move forward and do what we set out to do? I mean, I'm going to keep the faith and just keep pushing through my, my already set goals. And in 2021, I want to be able to see them blossom and produce a lot of fruit because I want to help a lot of people.
2021, what you see?
Self-sufficiency. So I think everything in my life has always been geared around self-sufficiency, and initially from my family and for myself, whether that meant learning how to grow my own food or learning how to supply myself with energy or heat or the things that my family need to survive. And it gives you a sense of security where you don't have to be moved by things that are necessarily going on politically or in the world around us that may not make sense. And yeah, just creating an energy of self-sufficiency that can be replicated throughout the city.
I love it.
So I think that's the ultimate goal for me.
Yeah.
Maybe manifesting into 2021.
I like that. The self-sufficiency. Because that's going to be the new way of surviving very soon.
I think people are realizing that right now because when you have all these questions that can't be answered and the people that are supposed to be able to answer them, they don't know the answers. It leaves you in a state of panic initially, but then after that panic wears off, there's a calm in the storm, and you start to realize, okay, now it's time to gather wood. Now it's time to plant some seeds. And now it's time to figure out what I'm going to do because I can't depend on this other element that I was depending on solely.
Absolutely.
So,
that was very profound. Very profound. Very, very profound. Because that's exactly where we're going to have to learn to do. Be very self-sufficient. Not saying that there were people who wasn't before, but this is going to be the new way of living. Trust me on that.
Right.
Like you said, you're going to have to learn how to grow some vegetables and learn how to farm and live off of solar panels because the prices on the stuff that they're offering us, we're not going to be able to afford.
But there's something that happens when you transition into that out of necessity initially. When you transition into that, you're connected. You're detached from that matrix, and you start to view things differently, and you begin to experience life differently, and dots begin to connect.
I love that.
And it's not something that can be articulated per se, but it's something that has to be experienced.
Absolutely.
Hello? We got a call? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, how you doing?
I am doing well. I thought Leandra was still talking. I'm sorry, I was watching it. Yes, I definitely had to tap in with her sustainable conversation. I just want to give all accolades to literally sustainable communities. So I said I want to do a one-on-one with you, Leandra. I think you're amazing, and I think we need to broaden this conversation at a higher capacity.
Thank
for
you.
those that don't know, I am an environmentalist, and I do want to bring that self-sustainability at a higher level for every mother, for every community, and for everybody right now. So, yes, girl, we about to blow you up.
Wait. First off, hold on. I didn't even know who this was until you started really speaking. Say your name when you call back, Rosalind.
I knew it was. I heard her voice. I said,
I'm like, wait a minute, who? Oh, nah, I get it. But no, you right. Soon this is why I got her on here because this whole piece has to be. She has to be lifted up.
Yes.
That whole area has to. Come on now.
Yes. Let's talk about.
Come on now.
Yes.
So Rise, get back, hurry up.
Yes, and I just want to say that because of the area like she's in, and we want to just expound. I'm not going to just say, West Side conversation, but we would like to have this at a whole level to the whole city of Detroit.
Yeah.
And your cider mill, girl, is buzzing.
Thank
So
you.
I just want to give you accolades and just uplift that mentality of these sustainable communities, especially where we're trying to survive COVID-19. You realize we got to eat healthy and we got to live healthy, but making sure that our bills maintain low, you know what I'm saying, so we can actually survive, but the renewable implementation. So I just want to just tap in and say that, giving all kudos to you.
Thank you.
Leandra, you're the bomb, and thank you. I just want to say that.
Thank you.
All right, so y'all gonna ask me? Say no. But no, 2021 goes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. After 2020, shit, I'm just happy to still be breathing. I walked into this year with tragedy. We're ending it with mass tragedy. 300,000 lives and counting have been snatched. Just like that, literally out the thin blue air. So my goal is to just continue to remain and be alive, be able to still do this, be able to work with you, be able to work with look, and I'm gonna say it publicly. Y'all know I'm an asshole. But because of me wanting to be a better person and live my life a certain kind of way, I'm going to stop getting so doggone mad. I'm going to stop getting so upset with people instead of understanding them. I'm even ready to work with some of you Trump publicans. Why? We have one breath and one lifetime.
That's right.
So, I got kids. I have nieces and nephews. I want to know what it's like to get old. I want to know what it's like for somebody to feed me. I don't remember what it was like when I was a baby. That was a long time ago. I don't think none of us know what that's like no more. But I want to continue to live. So, with me trying to go into politics, I know some of y'all gonna piss me off. Some of y'all gonna piss me off tonight. Am I gonna feed into it? Or am I gonna figure out how to, oh well, that's your problem, not mine. How to get over it. So I guess one of my 2021 goals is to live more peacefully. You can't do anything without a peace of mind.
That's right.
Shit, people get in car accidents because they got stuff on their mind so deep. I don't want to be that guy. So, with that being said, just live, man.
Yeah.
We only here one time. This coronavirus is real.
Yes, it is.
Life is real. Shit, ain't gotta be the coronavirus. You can walk across the street, get hit by a car, not paying attention. You know what I mean? But you got some clumsy people out here.
Yeah.
to take it not from so serious. You got some real clumsy people out here.
That's true.
You know, I was answering a message earlier coming back from getting my wig on my head. For some of y'all, my hair going bald, and when I get haircuts now, this guy spray stuff in my head. And y'all laughing at me? Y'all laughing at me. But look, he do spray. Ain't no TMI.
Your hair looks fine.
That's because this is a spray-on toupee.
I just chopped all my hands off today, so it is
This
what
is
it is.
spray-on, man. When I get home tonight, if I decide to wash my hair, that shit gonna be a boop, 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 boop.
You know what? Well, look,
Like I got golf courses in my head or
I
something.
just
Castor
joined you.
oil.
I chopped all mine off today. I
Castor oil
did the
Castor
really
oil?
big chop. Yeah, I did the big chop. If you gone.
She in here looking like Tony Braxton, y'all.
It looks good.
Thank you. It was the hardest thing to decide to chop it all off, but you know there were places like I said in my hair that was thinning. It was growing long in the back. It was growing long this way,
did that a
but
couple
right
years
up
ago.
here, it was like, okay, what's going on, boo boo? And
Yeah.
so I chopped all the relaxed hair out, and that's okay. And then I called my hairdresser and look, I just need you to shape me up, and I didn't know what I was
mine
going.
bald.
I have done that in my life.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was going. I mean, I knew that. Okay, let me give a shout out to Fred, the hairdresser. Let me tell you, ladies.
Fred the hairdresser. She
Fred.
just shouted you out.
Hey, Fred.
I told
Give us
Fred,
$100 for next month.
Look, if I didn't know, I knew because he's bad with the short haircut. I mean, the
Right.
brother cold.
Right.
And when you walk down the street and people stop you, going, "I love your hair."
I
Oh,
love
that
it.
hair is.
It's
I'm like,
beautiful.
"Oh, thank you." So he remembered me with lengthy hair,
Yeah.
I'm not Fred.
and so I made the decision
You're
to
not.
just chop it all off. And so I'm with Dre. When you know that sometimes you just have to do what you got to do. I had
Right.
to, it is what it is. So I'm joining your club, which we both going to be, two bald heads up in here.
Castor oil and vitamin E will get that back.
What?
There's a difference between your kind of bald and my kind of bald, so I take offense to that.
Don't take offense to that. I'm just telling you, I'm right there with you. We can be bald head together. I just don't have the spray, guys. That's all.
He
Ladies
no
and gentlemen,
spray in his hair.
Right.
This, I'm telling y'all,
I could see a
I can
little bit
see,
where the
but
line
hey,
is, but you're
got
not
hair.
balding.
Right.
If you put castor oil in it, it'll be
ladies and
good.
gentlemen,
Yep.
I'm going to start putting castor oil in my
Castor,
hair.
not the kind you
Kind-
get from the beauty supply.
Right.
You got to go to CVS and
Right.
get the kind you drink
Right.
as a laxative.
I gotta drink it.
No, you just
No.
take a little bit.
Oh, I'm
You
like,
put it on
man,
your
wait a
finger,
minute.
put
Not
it
for
on
no
your-
hair. I'm good.
No, you put it on your scalp. It'll
Oh.
come back in a couple
Massage
months.
it in. Yeah, it's very good for thinking.
Yeah,
your
scalp
hair.
stimulation is good for
Yeah,
your
that's it.
scalp too.
You have nice hair, so you have nothing to worry about.
Thank
You're
you. This,
young.
this comes from my mother and
That's the
the
Indian.
mother.
See the switch there?
Hey, look. I'm trying to tell y'all. This is why people get mad at me because I'm not a person that get mad at all white people and all that bullshit.
It ain't necessary.
Because of the simple fact, I got a lot of stuff going on through my blood. And growing up, we was called mutts.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I know I'm a mutt. Look, my great grandfather was 100% Irish. Okay, my father's father was Irish.
And I had a certain kind of hair when I had my hair, and I could put water. Ladies and gentlemen, we only got a few minutes before we left with y'all, but I'm about to finish this hair story. When I had hair, I could put water in it and just slick it back, and it'd be so wavy. I'm like, oh my God, look at his hair! I'm like, yeah, look at my hair. You know, I thought I was what's that cat name that sound like?
I'll be sure.
No, You gotta know it. You dude sound like he about 12 years old. He about our age. Dark skinned guy, but he got long hair. No, I ain't old as no Keith Washington.
You said that. I'm thinking about the hair.
He's 25.
Who's
I'm
25? I'm 25.
Yep, and I'm 22.
Yeah, y'all heard.
I'm 35.
Yeah.
All day.
What is his name?
Who?
Oh man.
What did he sing?
Oh Jesus Christ, Lloyd.
I can see that.
I used to want to be that dude, man, because I'm like, man,
I can't.
this cat dark, got hair down in here. It's literally his.
Yes.
I'm like, man, gorgeous. I'm going to go sing. But that never worked out. But, ladies and gentlemen, we got about 4 minutes left. You got anything to say real quick before we sign off?
No, check us out on the 26th at Detroit Farm and Cider from 2. I had a meeting with my team, so we changed the time. It's from 2 to 9. Okay. Every day from the 26th to January 1st. We're celebrating Kwanzaa. 1600 Lawrence Street.
1600 Lawrence Street. Jesus Christ, we got to turn that place up.
Please don't park in my orchard.
You guys got some wonderful things going on. Y'all still in the neighborhood? Check it out. Let's all go together and support this. This is amazing.
You got anything to say real quick?
Happy New Year to everybody. Be safe. Follow protocol. Please wear your mask. And I just want to see all of us be very prosperous. Got stuck in the new year coming. And let's get in and rock and roll. Let's be safe out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm going to end this on a couple of things. This has been, again, one weird year for me, starting back at this time last year. This time last year, I literally lost one of the loves of my life. Some of us are born with one mother. I was able to have 3. My grandmother, my auntie, and my own biological mom. Well, 2 of them are gone, and I have 1 left, and all of them serve their purpose. My auntie was one beautiful woman. Auntie Ann, what we called her. I'm doing something this week. I'm trying to feed the homeless, and basically in her name. She did so much with her own free time, sign language, teaching kids. She taught kids how to read since I was a kid. This is just what she did. So I just started a GoFundMe. So if you want the link or anything, hit me up. I get it to you. But this is all in her honor. I wouldn't really be here without her. You know, it kind of sucks not having her around, you know, especially around the holiday season. My family probably will never be the same again because, you know, everybody has those certain kind of vibes they get from certain kind of people in their family, you know, kind of keep everything together. And when it came to death, that was the person that, hey, you call him, explain this to him, because anybody else he gonna snap out on. And it, you know, like I said, everybody serves their purpose in life. So before we go, you know, I want you all to understand, whatever little stupid ass beef you got, put that bullshit down. Whoever you mad at, get over it. If it ain't really about some real stuff, and I ain't talking about no little petty money, if nobody's life being threatened, live to see the next day. We're not here forever. We'll never be here forever. But at this point in time, if you all don't wake up and see what's going on, it's not just a threat on us being black people, but it's a threat on people, period. and that's in the whole virus. So we need to start loving better, caring more, learning what neighbor is again, and bring the neighbor back to the hood. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another night of the Quarantine Live. This your boy Eyondra Otis, Miss Henrietta Ivy, and Miss Leandra King from Detroit Farm and Cider.